Thank you all. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you all are here, and I want to first of all thank my great honorary campaign chair, our Sheriff Dana Lawhorn. Thank you, Dana, for your service. When you're going into a tough campaign, it's always good to have a guy with a gun and a badge and a place to lock up bad people. So thank you so much to Dana for all he does for the city, all he's done for the city, and all he will continue to do. He's certainly a inspiration within city government, and certainly a great personal friend and a good advisor of mine. Speaking of good advisors, I got one right here. Let me first of all thank the only reason I'm allowed to do this, the only reason I'm allowed to serve on city council, allowed to run for city council, and frankly the only reason I'm allowed to leave the house on a regular basis, and that's my incredible wife, Alex Crawford, back there. Lifelong Alexandrian, graduate of T.C. Williams, full-time job, great mother of two amazing kids, one of which is up here. And you know, some of you know that by virtue, Eli's looking for Lena. By virtue of her job, she can't be involved in politics, and this is kind of the extent of what she can do. But she is certainly a great political advisor and someone I ask for advice quite a bit. And just to give you an example of her sterling political advice. I mean, back in October 2007, I had just come onto council. I was struggling to get attention and get my name in the paper, and that early morning on the 15th of October, I said, honey, you're in labor. We should probably hurry up and get to the hospital. And she said, no, let's take our time. I know a really good way to get you on the front page of the Metro section. So she has a really good political mind, and I'm so glad she's been so supportive of this effort. I have a lot of family here, and I want to make sure I introduce them all. My mother's right up here in front, Leslie Turigny, taking a picture like she always does. Raised me to believe that service to the community is the most important service in life, and I'm certainly glad, obviously, to have her as a great supporter of the campaign. My stepfather's somewhere around here. Ed, there he is back there. Thanks, Ed, for all the help. In from Northern California, my sister, right up here, Marla Wilson. Anytime I'm advocating something particularly crazy or wacky, 9 times out of 10 it's something that they've already done in San Francisco, and Marla suggested that I do. So that's thanks to Marla for all of those great ideas. I have my cousin right here, Robin Blum, new resident of the city of Alexandria, great supporter of the campaign and helping out. I have another cousin somewhere. Where's Monica? Monica Evans is somewhere around. Oh, she had to leave. Okay, well, Monica left. And then my mother-in-law is somewhere around here that Dana made reference to, Diane Crawford. There she is. My mother-in-law is the only reason on a week-to-week basis we're able to keep things in line. So otherwise our kids would be left at home with the cats. And so thanks to Diane for all that she does to the campaign, or for the campaign. So first things first. I love serving on city council. I love serving the residents of this city of Alexandria, and I am definitely running for re-election this next year. Yeah. A year and a half ago, up the street in Alexandria, we kicked off our first campaign. And there was a lot of energy in the room, but nothing tops what we have today. And so thank you so much for everyone for being here. That year and a half ago, I talked about 3 issues. I talked about 3 issues that many of you in this room can probably repeat. And that's exactly what I focused on in the last year and a half on council. But elections are about the future. They're about what your vision is for the future of Alexandria. And I believe that the past is the prologue. I ask that the voters look at my record over the last year and a half and judge whether I'm worthy for re-election. I'm hopeful that when they do so, they're going to determine that I am. Yeah. First of all, we talked about the fiscal sustainability of the city. And over the last year and a half, I've been a leader on the city council as we've dealt with our budget, an increasingly difficult situation with our budget. We were able to pass, and I proudly supported this budget last year, we were able to pass one of the most fiscally restrained budgets in the region, the 2nd lowest real estate tax in Northern Virginia. We created one of the best environments one of the best tax environments for small business in the entire region. And at the same time, we made new investments in economic development. We made new investments in public safety, particularly in our fire department where we have such acute need. And we made new investments in early childhood education because we recognize in this city that our commitment to youth doesn't start when they turn up in a kindergarten classroom. It starts when they're born, wherever they may be born. And thank you. And I'm going to continue on City Council and fighting for those important issues as we deal with our budget. I was proud to put over $1 million of cuts to our budget on the table during the budget process last year, and many $1 million more of creative solutions to help us balance our budget in a difficult time. We're going to need that type of focus as we deal with what is an incredibly difficult situation. It's kind of become cliche now to say that we're dealing with an unprecedented environment, and it is an unprecedented environment. It is going to force this city to think about what we value as a community, what our residents value, what provides value to the people who live in this city and make their lives here. And as a member of City Council, I believe I will be a conscientious voice to make sure that we have a budget that reflects the values of this community. But we have to make sure that we continue to focus on economic development. The only way we're going to get out of this, is with our small businesses prospering in this city. And that's the type of focus that I'm going to continue to bring to council. I was strongly supportive of our efforts to cut back on red tape on small businesses so that small businesses can come to the city and thrive, and then when they're ready for that next level, they can continue to grow. And I'm going to continue to push for more changes to make life easier for small businesses here in the city. As many of you know, I also talked about transportation. Almost every morning a week, or most mornings a week, at least 3 every week, Eli and Lena and I get on a bus down at the end of Mount Vernon Avenue, and we ride down the avenue to inner city where I drop them off at school. As many of you know, I'm a radical transit user. I use transit nonstop, and I'm almost every day. I recognize the importance of transit in our transportation network in the city, both to ease congestion, to make sure that our environment is clean and our environment can be improved, as well as an economic engine for the city. Transit is a proven economic engine for this city. And as a member of City Council, I'm going to continue to push to expand our Dash bus system, grow our Dash route structure so we can serve new neighborhoods, as well as implement the Transportation Master Plan that we passed last year. The first Transportation Master Plan in the history of this city. That's a transit-oriented master plan. I'm very proud to support that. And as a member of City Council, I'm not only going to continue to focus on that, but we're going to continue to push new ideas. I was proud to work with Councilman Krupika to revive the dream of a Potomac Yard Metro Rail station. And that process is alive today because of the efforts of the entire City Council to make sure that we one day have a Metro Rail station in Potomac Yard. We laid out a vision for a new Metro Rail station in Eisenhower Valley. Eisenhower Valley is going to be the economic engine for this city for the next few decades. We need to make sure transit is integrated as part of that future. And as a member of City Council, I'm going to continue to push for things like that. As a member of City Council, I've also focused on our youth. That is the legacy. That is the legacy that we will leave. After the buildings are gone, after the parks are gone, our children are the legacy we will leave for the next generation. In fact, this one is one of the legacies we will leave for the next generation. I've continued to serve Governor Kane as an appointee on the Board of Juvenile Justice. I know that we must never give up on any kid. Even when they've made mistakes. And we need to make sure that kids have opportunities to go on the right path. And as a member of the Board of Juvenile Justice, I've continued to focus on that. As a regional leader on the Human Services Policy Committee representing the city regionally, I push to strengthen our fight on adolescent pregnancy. We know how detrimental a teen pregnancy would be to a young woman's future educational attainment, her future career attainment, and her economic hopes for the future. We need to make sure that we strengthen that fight regionally, recognizing that adolescent pregnancy is not